Hello.
Hi.
Can you tell me about why you came in today?
Yeah, so my name's Ethan. The main thing I've really been struggling with is I'm trying to get back into physical activity after experiencing an injury. I've really structured to get like a solid exercise like structured program going after I tore my meniscus and MCL.
Mm.
I used to work out super consistently, but I feel like right now I'm just really struggling to get back into working out, and it feels like I can't get like a solid footing with working out.
Okay, so it sounds like you're a little hesitant on some areas of returning.
Yeah, I would say I'm definitely a little hesitant. It might be like a psychological factor, I think, because I've been almost too afraid to put a lot of pressure, like when I lift weights or run, because I want to get into doing high rocks or CrossFit. When I lift weights, I feel like I'm a little bit afraid to use my left leg because that's the one I injured, and so I think that has definitely affected me with getting back into exercising.
Awesome. That sounds like a tough journey. As you mentioned, the psychological aspect. Do you experience any weakness at all, and that's why you're more hesitant?
I was for a long while. I just completed my physical therapy, which is why I'm trying to get back into like my own working out. And so they did like some tests in the lab, and they found that I am even on both sides. So that is a little bit helpful for me mentally. But I would say that I I still feel afraid, even though I don't have that weakness.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm it's one to be able to know why you might have it, but then incorporating and applying can be difficult.
Yeah.
Is there any questions you have for me before I ask you some personal, more inquiries about?
No, I think I'm ready.
Awesome. Before the injury, how active were you day to day, whether that was in work or at home or for fun?
Yeah, I would say I was very active. I would probably work out 4 to 5 times a week, I would say, mixing up running and weightlifting, as well as I was doing jiu-jitsu at the time, which is what originally caused the issue. And so I was probably working out once a day for about an hour and a half for 4 to 5 days a week, I would say.
Yeah. So you would say that you were pretty active and
Oh, definitely.
more mobile, would you say, with your, and like agility, or more power based?
It was definitely more power based at the time. I'm really trying to get into almost like an endurance program where I'm starting to work like aerobic exercises, working through fatigue, I would say. But yeah, for the long term, before getting injured, I was doing a lot of like power exercises.
Awesome. That goes into my next question of when you had your personal goals before the injury, what were they, and then how have they changed now?
Yeah, so I was a jiu-jitsu athlete, and so I was doing a lot of competition. A lot of my training was based around either increasing my strength or just like isometric strength and my ability to, I guess, grapple effectively to win competitions. I'd say that was like the main thing for me.
So I do karate, but
Okay.
I'm not really an expert on jiu-jitsu. Can you give me a little more information on how the movement is, or what you prioritize, like your body efficiency in that way?
Yeah, so a lot of jiu-jitsu is a lot more grappling, so it's similar to like wrestling
Okay.
in a fact where you're like you're entangled, and it's a lot of like strength to kind of maneuver their body how you want it, and then you kind of use a lot of isometric strength to hold them there,
Okay.
and then you're setting up ways to either do like a submission, which is kind of like a strangle, or yeah.
Sorry, strangle just sounds so aggressive.
It is. Or you can do like an arm lock or a leg lock, which is like I guess I would say like making the joint go farther than it should.
Okay.
That's like the basis of the sport. Yeah.
Okay. And then how long would these competitions, or like not wrestling but jiu-jitsu matches, how long would they last for, like endurance wise?
They could be anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes in length
Wow.
for a specific match. And then I was doing competitions for probably once every 2 months to 4 months. I would have a competition, and they could have anywhere from 2 to like 5 or 6 matches.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now after the injury, how has your goals changed? Are you still wanting to be like in those jiu-jitsu competitions, or do you have other goals that you now have?
I've definitely started to shift more into like fitness racing, so like CrossFit or High Rocks, or like general running races. I would say I've when I was in my injury and hiatus from doing any activity besides physical therapy, I kind of fell in love with that, and so that's what I would like to try to do now. So it's definitely shifted from a lot more like isometric strength to like rhythmic exercise, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then what are some mental or physical challenges that you've encountered when trying to become more active again?
I would say a major like mental challenge is either finding time or kind of taking my body and pushing it to the point where I can kind of reach overload. I feel like I'm too afraid to go hard in the gym these days. And then I'd say some like physical challenges are, for a while I was having some car problems. So getting to like places like the gym or out to like a trail I can run on was pretty difficult for me.
Yeah, those sound like pretty valid challenges, especially the mental aspect. And finding time is also very important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think, I think those are all the questions I have for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Perfect.